First of all, my humble obeisances to all the devotees here. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripasindubhyasya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Very happy to be here. This is my first visit to New Mayapur. I'm very grateful to His Grace Lojananda Prabhu and his good wife, Vrindavan Mataji, for hosting us here. It's thank you. It's a very beautiful place. I'm in awe, completely amazed. And, we have huge temples in India, but this is something really different. The whole castle feeling and the acres of greenery all around, it's so beautiful. And most beautiful are all of you, loving and caring and wonderful devotee community. So thank you so much for having us here. And so I seek the blessings of all the senior Vaishnavas here before I try to attempt to speak something. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak something. I'm not qualified, but as a small child I will speak, and if there is any mistakes, all of you must correct me. So I wasn't given any specific topic, but since today is also the disappearance day of Srila Sanatana Goswami, so I thought that we will discuss, or rather we will discuss the pastimes of Srila Sanatana Goswami and his life and teachings, because there is so much to learn from the lives of these Sada Goswamis. Not only were they teaching, but they were actually implementing in their own lives, and they were teaching by examples. We see the life of Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, so much adventure, so many adversities, and finally advancement. And some way we can relate to it, because when we come to Krishna consciousness also, there's so many ups and downs happen. But ultimately there will be advancement. That's the promise. We see in these pastimes that yes, there will be some troubles and tribulations, but finally Krishna will give us shelter. So we see Sripad Sanatana Goswami. He was born in Karnataka actually, in India, in a Shashwat Saraswat Brahmin family with Bharadwaj Gotra. So Srila Jiva Goswami, in his Laghu Toshani, he explains in details about the whole lineage of the Srila Rupa Sanatana Goswamis, how they actually were from Karnataka, Brahmin family, and how their great-great-great-grandfathers had some misunderstandings. They got separated. Some of them migrated to Bangladesh, and then how finally Srila Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and their brother Anupam appeared. So there were many brothers. Kumaradev had many children, and among them, 3 of them were exalted Vaishnavas. So Rupa, Sanatana, and Anupam, in their previous ashram, they were called as Amar, Santosh, and Sri Vallabh. And they employed themselves with the Muslim king Nawab Hussain because of the prevalent conditions those days, because the Muslim king was actually blackmailing them, that because they were highly educated, they were amazing, qualified in all respects. So the Muslim king wanted that kind of efficient people in his management structure. So he told them that if you don't work with me, then I will trouble all the Vaishnavas. So then they decided that maybe we can just sacrifice. And if we get ourselves employed and start working with him, then at least he will not disturb the other Vaishnavas who are practicing Krishna consciousness. So even before they actually met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, since we know that they are the Nitya Parshada devotees, they are the Manjaris in Goloka, they were exhibiting devotee symptoms, and they used to chant and dance. And in fact, I have been to that place, Ramakeli, and there, even their bathing ponds, they called it Radha Kund and Shyam Kund, and all those places that are nearby, they named them with the 12 forests of Vrindavan. And even at his very young age, Sanatana Goswami had once dreamt that a small boy has come to him and is gifting him Srimad Bhagavatam. When he opened his eyes, there was nobody around, so he started lamenting. Then lo and behold, Krishna actually came in a form of a little boy and handed over Srimad Bhagavatam to Sanatana Goswami. So he was so happy, and from that time he never left Bhagavatam aside. So that is why we see that famous verse where Sanatana Goswami says, Madeka Bandhu, Bhagavatam is my only shelter, my only friend, my only wealth. I am dedicated to Bhagavatam. So now they dedicated themselves partly to the Muslim king because they had to save the other Vaishnavas. And as things were progressing, once Nawab Hussain in his sabha, he said that I'm hearing of some mendicant who is probably getting very famous, and he sings and dances, so I want you to go and find out about him. Who is this person? So Rupa and Sanatana secretly they go to Navadvip, and they observe Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from a distance. Now, this is not mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, but then there are elsewhere many different Vaishnava Acharyas' commentaries where they have mentioned that they did see him even before they met him at Ramkeli. And then they understood that, yeah, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now they wanted to protect him. So when they went back to Nawab Hussain, and Nawab Hussain asked them, what's the report? Who is this mendicant? They played it very low. No, nothing special. Somebody just chanting, dancing, nothing special, nothing to think about. But then at that time, Nawab said, well, I think he's a Supreme Personality of Godhead. I think he's God. But they still didn't want his attention on him, so they just played it low. So then things were happening, and now Rupa and Sanatana were very eager to actually have Mahaprabhu's darshan. So finally, we know after taking sannyas, Mahaprabhu tries to go to Vrindavan. But then, he's misguided or rather cheated by Nityananda Prabhu, and then he goes to Shantipur. And then again, Mahaprabhu goes for a South Indian Yatra. And this time when he plans to go to Vrindavan, he takes a route via Ramkeli. And there he, very secretly meets Rupa, Sanatana and Anupam. And at that time, Anupam's son, Jiva Goswami, was just 3.5, 4-year-old boy. So I don't know how many of you have been to Ramkeli, but that particular tree under which Mahaprabhu met Rupa and Sanatana is still there. That Kadamba tree is still there. So then underneath that tree they met Mahaprabhu, and then Mahaprabhu gave them the instruction that don't quickly renounce or hurriedly take a renunciation and come to me. I'll let you know when the right time comes. So then finally Mahaprabhu meets them and leaves. And after some time, Rupa and Sanatan, they decide that it's enough. We have served this Muslim king for a long time, but now we want to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Rupa Goswami immediately he leaves with Anupam, and they were so smart executors, they were so smart managers. Whatever wealth that they had accumulated as gifts and salary from Nawab, they divided it in the right way. They went to Fatehbad, they had their ancestral home there. Then whatever the wealth they had, like Rupa Goswami says in his books, they divided into family members, something for emergency, some for personal use. And after that, Rupa and Anupam, they left, keeping some 10,000 gold coins for Sanatan Goswami. Meanwhile, they decided that if Rupa and Sanatan, both of them go together, then the king will find out. So they decided that you go first and I will come later. So Rupa and Anupam, they leave. And Sanatan Goswami is still around. But he stopped going to the court. He's not going to the court anymore and not attending to his duties. Now this Sanatan Goswami, he was the Muslim king was very fond of Sanatan Goswami. He used to like him so much, like a younger brother. So now he thought, I should do something by which he should not like me anymore. Then he will automatically relieve me from this service. So Sanatan, he stopped doing his duties. So when the king found out that Sanatan Goswami is not attending to his duties, so he sent a message, why isn't he coming? So the guards, the guard keepers, they said, well, he's not feeling well. So he said, okay, fine, not feeling well, 1 month, 2 months, but it's becoming too long. So finally the Nawab, he just, without any information, gate crashed and just entered into Sanatan Goswami's residence. And when he entered, he saw Sanatan is doing very well. He's happy and healthy, and he's having all the sadhus around him. And
so, can you speak a little slow because they are not able to pick up.
okay. So he had the sadhus around them, and they were all reading Bhagavatam. Now the Nawab got very upset. Oh, this is cheating. He said his health is not good, but this is what he's been doing. So now Sanatan Goswami, because of not attending to his court duties, the Nawab got very upset with him and confronted with him directly. What is this? Why are you lying to me? So now Sanatan accepted, well, actually I don't want to serve you anymore. I have decided to leave these duties. So now the king got very upset and he said, well, either you listen to me or I will imprison you. So Sanatan said, well, you are the boss, whatever you want to do, you do, but I don't, no longer interested to continue my managerial duties. So then finally he got arrested and he was imprisoned. And that particular prison where he was imprisoned is still there. You can actually go and see. It's something like this, only a castle, but like a round castle, and it's very huge. And there are still inscriptions inside there. When Sanatan Goswami was imprisoned, he did some writing in there, as like passing his time. So there you can still see those. So we see here that such an adversity happened in Sanatan Goswami's life. Usually, if we do some big mistake and something wrong happens in our life, we can take it. okay, I did a mistake, so I need to, take the effect of it. If you have done a smaller mistake, but you still get a bigger reaction, you feel a little bad. But imagine you have done no mistake. What you did is just good, and you still get bad reaction. It's very difficult. And imagine you have done very good, really good to somebody, but you still get treated badly. And if you have to tolerate that, it is so difficult. That's what happened with Sanatana Goswami. He converted his religion. He converted into becoming a Muslim. And still, the Nawab, the way he reacted after all the services that he did, the Nawab imprisoned him. But still, Sanatana Goswami tolerated it. So that is something as devotees to learn in our lives also. It's not that, we do good and everything will happen good in our life. Sometimes we do good, but then something even bad may come out. But then what is bad and what is good is related. Sometimes what we may think that something bad is happening to us, probably it may be happening for a greater good. Right? Am I speaking very fast? Because I don't know. Am I speaking fast? Shall I speak slowly? Okay. So sometimes that which relatively at the outset looks bad may not be bad. It may be for a greater good. So like we see in Sanatana Goswami's life, it seems like something really bad is happening to him. He is getting imprisoned, but it's going to happen for the greater good in future. And now we also see here that though he was so nice to Nawab Hussain, he did so much for him, he made sacrifice of his own religion, but at the end of it, what he got back from Nawab Hussain was imprisonment. Sometimes in relationships, we see that we may be contributing more to a person, but we may not be getting enough back. Sometimes what we do for others is undervalued, but what they do for us, they may overvalue it. These kind of things keep happening in relationships. Whether relationships work or don't work, but we need to work on relationships. Because sometimes the people in front of us are having different value system than what we have. Probably sometimes we are dealing in different currency. To put it in a simple example, there was one little boy and he had a tournament in his school. So he asked his father that you must come and watch me play. I'm the captain of my team. The father thought, yeah, sure, I will be there in the evening. But that evening, the boss asked him to work a little bit more longer. So the father thought, instead of going and watching the tournament, if I just work for some longer hours, get some more money, probably for his next tournament I can get him the best bat, the most expensive bat, and maybe that's going to make him very happy. So he skipped that show and he worked for long hours. But that night when he came back home, his son was not happy. He felt that his father doesn't love him. Whereas his father wanted to do something for a bigger good. So what happens here is that just two people are dealing in different currency. His father thought that my buying an expensive bag for him would make him more happier, but what the son wanted was different. Here the Nawab Hussain, he felt, I did so much for Sanatana Goswami. Oh, I made him minister, giving him big salaries. Whereas Sanatana Goswami was, I converted myself. I stopped, serving Vaishnavas and I was serving this Machari. So now there was a strain in their relationship. So now Sanatana Goswami was imprisoned. Now, even though he was imprisoned, he got a message from Rupa Goswami in a coded way. In a coded way, Rupa Goswami sent him a message saying that the Lord of Yadus, where is he? Is he in Mathura? Where is he? So that kind of a coded message. So Sanatana Goswami got a message that, oh, that means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Mathura. So somehow I have to escape from this prison and reach there. So now the jailer who has imprisoned him, he was out on some tour, and the guard, Sanatana Goswami was trying to negotiate with the guard. Please leave me, I will give you some money. He was trying to bribe him, but the guard said no. Sanatana Goswami tried in different ways, like they say in Sama Danda Bhed. Trying to convince him with sweet words, saying that actually you are such a sweet person, you are very intelligent, you know what is right and wrong. I want to go to Mecca, and if you help somebody who wants to go to Mecca, you will be blessed. But that didn't work. Then he said, well, I want to offer you some money. So I'll give you some 7,000 gold coins. But that didn't work. Then Sanatana Goswami understood that probably he is worried that the king, the Nawab may catch him. So Sanatana said, don't worry, you tell the Nawab, I had taken him for the nature's call, and somehow he jumped from there in the river, and I couldn't get his dead body. And don't worry, I won't stay around. I will leave immediately, and nothing will happen to you. It didn't convince him. He tried in many different ways. Then finally, now of course, many times the devotees feel that aren't the Goswamis supposed to be like the ideals, doing everything right? How come he spoke a lie? Aren't as devotees we always supposed to speak truth? Is it not that as devotees we are not supposed to indulge in bribing or that kind? Is it ethical? But what we understand is truth is important. Absolute truth is even more important. When we have to do something for the greater service of Krishna, sometimes the lower dharma needs to be given up. We see in the case of Yudhishthira Maharaj, he never spoke a lie in his life. But when he was asked by Krishna that you have to speak a lie because they wanted to kill Dronacharya, they wanted to make him feel bad because if they inform him that his son has died, his morals will go down and he'll become weak. So just for that, when Krishna insisted, Yudhishthira Maharaj spoke lie. He told Drona, yes, your son died. So now for the higher dharma, sometimes the lower dharma has to be given up because there is a right beyond the right. Sometimes there is right beyond the right. So here also, Sanatana Goswami, he just tells him so many things, Mecca, this, that. Finally, nothing convinces him. Then Sanatana Goswami sends the message to the grocer, bring the money. Sometimes, Maya and temptations are such, if they are right in front of you, it will become more difficult to give up, right? Like, I was just reading in the Google company, most of their employers were getting obese. So they asked a company, they hired some professionals to give them guidance what to do. So the professionals made a research and they said, in your company canteen, you have lots of goodies, cakes and pastries on display, and they're getting attracted to eat it. But they're all adults. You can't tell them you can't eat cake and pastry. The only thing that you can do is those displays which are there, glass displays, cover them. Let people come and ask for it. If they want a cake, they can buy, but at least stop the display part of it. And lo and behold, when they did it, the sale of the cakes and the pastries and chocolates and all came down 55%. And they were surprised. The fact that it's not being seen in front of your eyes reduces the temptation to such a larger level. So as devotees, sometimes, it's such a good lesson for us also that if we want to be free from temptation, or rather we need help, then at least what we can do is not expose ourselves unnecessarily to temptation. Sometimes people may think, it's nothing like that, we have to be strong in the mind, but it's very difficult. At least we have to create a conducive atmosphere where things don't become so difficult. So finally, the 8,000 gold coins were right in front of his eyes. And when he saw that, he said, okay, fine, I'll leave you. So he drops Sanatana Goswami, he just unchains him, and Sanatana Goswami, he just runs. So now he understands that if I take a straight route, they will catch me. So he passes through the jungles and somehow, on his way, he meets his brother-in-law, Shrikant, and his brother-in-law Shrikant offers him a nice warm blanket. And after taking this warm blanket for days together with very little food and all, he's going with his servant Ishan. Now Ishan, without informing Sanatana Goswami, he had kept some 8 gold coins with him for future emergency. So now that night, when Sanatana Goswami was taking shelter in an inn, on a roadside inn, Sanatana Goswami could understand, why is this innkeeper, the landlord, being extra nice to me? Now what had happened is, this innkeeper, he had heard from a foreteller, astrologer, that some particular person will be coming to you and he has a lot of money. So now this innkeeper decided that I will treat him nicely and in the night I will murder him and get the money. So he was treating him so nicely. And Sanatana Goswami, being a diplomat, could immediately smell something wrong. Why is this person being so sweet to me? Oh, you'd sit here, take prasad. So then he asked, Ishan, are you having some money? Oh yes, I have 7 gold coins. Oh, Ishan, why did you bring this? This is a death for us. Immediately he took the gold coins from Ishan and he gave it to the innkeeper. He said, sir, this is all the money we have. Please keep it. The innkeeper was like, no, why are you giving it to me? I don't want it. No, it's all right, because if we keep it, somebody may kill us for this. You please keep it. Then the innkeeper, he honestly accepted. Actually, I was planning to kill you, but you gave it to me, so now I will help you. I'll tell you what is the route to take and how you can go quickly to your destination. So they were very happy. Now they were on their way, going forward. Now, somehow, Ishan was very much afraid while they were walking in the path. So usually, if you don't have anything valuable, you're not that, you are more confident. If you're having something valuable when you are traveling, you're always worried because somebody may take this thing from you. So Sanatana Goswami could smell it. So he asked, Ishan, are you still having something more? Yes, I have one more gold coin. Now Sanatana Goswami got upset. Ishan, how could you do it when I asked you to give everything to the innkeeper? Why did you still keep this gold coin? So I don't think you are ready to go to Vrindavan. To go to Vrindavan, you need complete renunciation. So you still have that attachment for this gold coin, better go back home. Keep this gold coin with you and you better go back home. So Ishan goes back home and Sanatana Goswami continues his journey. Now, for Ishan, that gold coin was representing his financial security. For Sanatana Goswami, it was danger. Different people perceive the same thing differently depending upon their status of mind, their realizations in life. So now for Sanatana Goswami this was danger, but for Ishan it was like, how can you give up that gold coin? That's our security. And then finally Ishan goes back and Sanatana Goswami moves forward. Finally he reaches Banaras. Now when he reaches Banaras, he doesn't know what to do. Directly approach Mahaprabhu or what? So out of his utter humility, he just sits outside, covering himself with a blanket. Everything inside is torn, his clothes and all. There's no food, there's a beard grown, hair is grown, and he was just sitting outside. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is Paramatma. He knows what's happening. So he told Chandrasekhar, somebody is there outside, can you bring him in? So Chandrasekhar Acharya goes out and he comes back and says, Mahaprabhu, nobody is there outside. Oh, come on, see properly. There's somebody outside. Mahaprabhu, there is nobody outside. Oh, there is a Vaishnava. No, there is no Vaishnava. There is just one Muslim mendicant sitting outside. Okay, bring him in. Mahaprabhu, oh yes, bring him in. So then, because he was looking like a Muslim also, because he was working for the Muslim king, probably he had those beard and all. So finally, Mahaprabhu meets Sanatana and eye to eye and then embraces him. Sanatana Goswami becomes very happy. Now when Chandrasekhar Acharya was asked to see, is there any Vaishnava outside? His response was, no Vaishnava is there outside. Because the problem is, the world sees our outside, but the Lord sees our inside. The world sees outside, how you dress. Even you may have a lot of anarthas inside, but if you dress like a Vaishnava, the world will respect you. But the Lord, He knows inside what's happening. And according to that, He will reciprocate and bless us. I'm reminded of this pastime of Kanakadas. I don't know how many of you know about Kanakadas, a very great devotee in South India. He belonged to a Shudra caste, but when he got initiated, he comes in the lineage of Lakshmi Tirtha, Vyasa Tirtha, our parampara. So when he got initiated from Vyasa Tirtha, the other disciples of Vyasadeva, Vyasa Tirtha, were envious of him. This guy is a Shudra. Why does Guru Maharaj love him so much? What is so special about him? We are all Brahmins, born Brahmins. So once Vyasatirtha, just to give them a lesson, he said, all the disciples, please come here, I have a seva for you. So he took out some pots, like the Abhishek pots, brass pots, and said, go and clean these pots and come. We need to perform Abhishek ceremony today. And we just have 10 minutes. So all the disciples, and including Kanakadas, they ran to the riverside and they started cleaning it very quickly, very quickly. After the cleaning happened, everybody ran back and all the pots were placed on the table. All the pots were shining, glittering, beautiful, except Kanakadas' pot. It was dirty looking. All the disciples were giggling. Finally today, Guru Maharaj has come to know what does it mean by Shudra and what is a Brahmana. Brahmana knows how to keep things clean. Look at this guy, look at this fellow, Shudra. He's not cleaned it properly. So after examining, Vyasatirtha said, I'm very happy with Kanakadas. He has done the best job. And the disciples were like, this is not fair. And then he lifted up the pot and showed the inside. Kanakadas had cleaned the inside. The rest of them had cleaned the outside, but they didn't clean the inside because they were in a hurry. But Kanakadas, when the Guru asked, why didn't you clean the outside? He said, you had given only 10 minutes. And I thought cleaning inside is more important because the liquid will be poured inside for Abhishek. So I concentrated on the inside. So the Lord, He sees the inside of a devotee. How much sacrifice we are making for Krishna. How determined we are. How much faith we have. What kind of sincerity we have, how much shelter we are taking of Krishna. So here also, though Chandrasekhar Acharya could not understand who is outside, but Mahaprabhu knows. He said, oh, that who you are calling as Muslim mandate is a Vaishnava, just bring him inside. So finally, now everything happy, now Mahaprabhu tells him, go and shave yourself. Devotee is supposed to keep himself neat and clean, so you shave off and take bath and come back, wear good clothes. So he goes, takes bath and all. So Chandrasekhar Acharya offers him a new set of clothes. Sanatana Goswami says, no, I don't want any new set, just give me your old clothes. So he wears the old clothes, freshens up and comes and meets Mahaprabhu. Now every time that he meets Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu is going on looking at his blanket, though he was wearing the old clothes of Chandrasekhar, but he hadn't given up the beautiful woolen blanket which was gifted by his brother-in-law Srikant. That was an expensive one. And Mahaprabhu was always looking at that. So now Sanatana understood that Mahaprabhu is not liking it. So he went to the riverside. There was one old Bengali Vaishnava. He had dried his tattered blanket there. So Sanatana Goswami goes and tells him, can you exchange my blanket for your blanket? This Bengali Vaishnava gets very upset. Are you making fun of me? You want to joke with me? Who is going to exchange the expensive blanket with the tattered one? Come on, don't waste my time. Sanatana said, no, I'm serious. I want your old tattered blanket. Can you take this one? And then Sanatana Goswami exchanges it. When Mahaprabhu understands what has happened and Sanatana comes back with a tattered blanket, Mahaprabhu becomes very happy. So the whole lesson here is that we have to be very sensitive to the way people perceive us, because if whatever way they perceive us, that is how they will receive us, that is how they will reciprocate. So Mahaprabhu further explained to Sanatana that look, you're wearing tattered clothes and going for Madhukari, but when people see you going for Madhukari with an expensive blanket, they will joke about you, they will make fun. Look at this guy, he's saying he's renunciate, but he's wearing the most expensive blanket. So, even if somebody is on a very advanced stage in his devotional life, he has to be so careful the way he carries himself, because the way people perceive us is very important. Sometimes, like even in our Krishna conscious preaching, if we project ourselves as somebody who is following Hindu religion, then people may not be that inclined to, because they may think, okay, they are Hindus, we are Christians, we follow our thing. But if we project ourselves with people who are following something that needs to be followed by every human, for all jivas, it's for everybody, and we make it very universal, then they can connect to us. So, such finer things, Mahaprabhu. That is why Chaitanya Charitamrita is the most important book for the Vaishnavas, because it's like a Vaishnava etiquette book. That is why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said that if there is a flood and you are drowning, and there are only, what happens if there is a flood and you are drowning, or there is an earthquake? Natural inclination is that you will at least protect that which is very expensive, or your belongings. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, in that kind of situation, even if everything is lost, make sure that you protect three things: Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya. And in case if the flood is too strong and you aren't able to protect all the three books, give up Bhagavad Gita. At least protect Bhagavatam and Chaitanya. And if the flood is even more stronger, the current is strong, you can't protect two books, give up Bhagavatam, protect Chaitanya. And if the current is even stronger and you can't hold on to Chaitanya, then better you give up your life. What will you do by living? If Chaitanya is not there, then there is no point of living. Because Chaitanya is such an important book. How a Vaishnava is supposed to talk, think, walk, eat, look, behave with others. So important it is, proper Vaishnava etiquette. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes very happy. And another wonderful point here we see is that if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted, he could have directly chastised Sanatana Goswami, saying that why are you wearing this expensive blanket at the first instance itself when he met him. But he did not. He kept on looking at that blanket, and he made sure that he gave it up on his own. He was so sensitive even while giving correction. This is such a nice thing. Even in our lives, just because we are right does not give us a right to correct anybody. Unless and until we have sufficiently invested in that relationship, we shouldn't try to correct anybody, because they wouldn't take it. So here also, though for Sanatana Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is everything involved. He left everything for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so careful in giving correction. He didn't do it at the first instance. He waited and waited. And finally when he gave up the blanket, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him further instructions. Even the instructions of the Lord will happen only if we are reciprocating in the right way. Just like in a school also, when a teacher teaches something, she will teach something and then she will ask the students, okay, come on, repeat it. If the students repeat it in the right way, then she goes to the next lesson. Okay, she feels, yes, they are able to understand. Similar thing with the Lord also. When he saw that, yes, he is ready to take correction, he is ready, he is reciprocating in the right way, then he became the chosen one to get further instructions from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord wants to give mercy to everybody, but not everybody is holding the cup to receive the mercy, right? Like, imagine if there is a car breakdown and everybody is trying to help by pushing the car. But the driver who is in the car seat, if he is sleeping, even if they push the car, nothing can be done till the driver wakes up. Or at least the driver should control the accelerator in the right way so that the car starts. So sometimes we get so many instructions from Prabhupada, his books, his disciples, so many other places. But if we are not in the right mood of accepting it, we won't be benefited by it. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he saw that, yes, he is very attentive to what pleases me, what does not please me. When he saw that I am not pleased with the blanket, he was ready to give it up. Because in this world of temptations, if we show a sign to Krishna, yes Krishna, I want your mercy. And for this, that which I like very much, yes, I am ready to give it up. When we just take that first step, even though it may be difficult and it requires a lot of determination, but if we do that, then the next step and then the next step, Krishna will help us. Sometimes we may be very confused whether I should do this, I should do that. I don't know if Krishna is actually reciprocating. I don't know what I'm doing. But what we can start with is what we are clear about. We are clear that we have to chant our 16 rounds. We are clear that we have to read Bhagavata. We are clear that we have to take devotees association. If we can start with the things that we are clear with, then Krishna will make those things also clear which we are unclear with. But sometimes we are so stuck with what is unclear that we even don't do what is clear sincerely. And we just get into that, oh, I'm not sure whether I should stay in this temple or that temple. I'm not sure whether I should do this service or that. I'm not. But whatever is clear, if we start doing it, then Krishna will make the unclear also clear. In Krishna consciousness, it's not about what big things you have achieved. What is important is whatever you're doing, consistently keep doing it. Because no matter whatever big we do, it may not qualify us to go back to Goloka Vrindavan. The only qualification is seeing our consistency. Krishna may one day bless and give us mercy. So Mahaprabhu now was so happy with Sanatana Goswami, and then the famous Sanatana Siksha started when Mahaprabhu explained so many important aspects of Krishna consciousness. The Chaitanya Charitamrita, many chapters in Madhya Leela are simply dedicated to conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanatana Goswami, and so many intimate things about rasa, about qualities, about so many nice things Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shared with Sanatana Goswami. Even when Sanatana Goswami wanted to give credit to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Mahaprabhu, because of you I could make it here, Mahaprabhu doesn't take the credit. He says, no, it is because of Paramatma in your heart. He has guided you in the right way. And then Mahaprabhu tells him, oh, you are blessed with mercy. At the outset, if somebody sees what happened to Sanatana's life, they may think, oh really? Is this mercy? Actually, materially, what is happening with Sanatana Goswami is the greatest misfortune. From a minister who has thousands of people working under him, overnight he became a fugitive, ran away from the prison. He has nothing to eat, nothing to wear. But spiritually, it is the greatest fortune because he is getting the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So sometimes, to our eyes, what may appear as misfortune, we don't know what is Krishna's plan. Sometimes things are done for our greater upliftment, seeing the bigger picture. Krishna plans things for us. So here Mahaprabhu tells him that you have got rid of all your opulence, that is your greatest fortune. Because with all this opulence comes lots of ahankara and other anarthas. In fact, it says in the scriptures also, when artha increase, then anartha increase. When wealth increases, then anartha increase. So there is an example of how when artha increase, then even those who are on a great platform may end up breaking the 4 rules and regulations. We see Nala, Kubera and Manigriva. They were the sons of Kubera. So much wealth they had that they broke the 4 rules and regulations. We see even Yudhishthir Maharaj, because of the wealth, they engaged in, what you call the game of dice. We see even Maharaj Dasharatha, he is the father of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But what happened? He thought he's killing a deer, and he put an arrow, sent an arrow from behind the tree, just by hearing the sound. And instead of killing a deer, he ended up killing a prince. He ended up killing a young boy, Shravan Kumar, who had just gone to the river to fetch water. So what happens is, when wealth increases, there is so much overconfidence about things that whatever I'm thinking is right, whatever I'm doing is right, whatever I'm saying is right. So we see even Ravana, actually people criticize Ravan, but Ravan had so much spiritual knowledge that even today if you go to Kasi and you ask them that I want Ravana Bhashya on Rig Veda, they will give you. He wrote commentary on Rig Veda. He had so much scriptural knowledge. But when the opulence and wealth increase, then one may be tempted to break the 4 rules and regulations. So we see whether it is Ravan or Yudhishthir Maharaj or Dasharath Maharaj or Nalakuvar and Manikirva, they broke the 4 rules and regulations. So Mahaprabhu is telling him that I am very happy that you have given up your opulence, and this is Krishna's real mercy. Sometimes we define Krishna's mercy in a very narrow way. If Krishna gives me material opulence, if I have good health, if I have good relationship, then Krishna has been merciful to me. But Krishna has his own definition of mercy. He's always looking at the bigger picture. And Krishna's mercy is not digital, like 1.0. Krishna's mercy is analog, comes in different degrees, in a different way Krishna helps us. I am reminded of this one Maharaj, and one of the devotee was singing very beautifully Sandhya Arati. So after that Maharaj was praising him, hey, you sing like a Gandharva, so beautifully you sang. Immediately the devotee replied, Maharaj, it is Krishna's mercy. Then Maharaj said, if you remember this always, that is Krishna's greatest mercy. If you can remember this, that this is Krishna's mercy, then that is Krishna's greatest mercy. Because when Krishna gives us opulence in bhakti, definitely it is Krishna's mercy. If you are able to sing well, dance well, cook well, speak well, dress well, preach well, definitely that is Krishna's mercy. If you are able to practice bhakti, definitely that is Krishna's mercy. But if you are able to remember that that is Krishna's mercy, that is Krishna's greatest mercy. So sometimes we are always asking, is Krishna merciful to me? Oh, is Krishna acknowledging whatever I am doing? The fact that you are still able to chant your 16 rounds, the fact that you are still in association with devotees, the fact that you are still eating prasadam, that's Krishna's greatest mercy. That's a privilege. Sometimes we think about it in a very cheap way, but that's all right, but I want Krishna's mercy. What else you want Krishna's mercy? He's already merciful to you. The fact that you are still chanting and you are still continuing the process of Krishna consciousness, that is Krishna's greatest mercy on us. So Mahaprabhu tells Sanatana, so I'm very happy with you, and Mahaprabhu gives him a lot of siksha. And of course, there are 100 other pastimes. We just have 5 minutes more. So here, Sanatana Goswami, how he gets the Madan Mohan deities, how he starts worshipping them, how he builds the Madan Mohan temple, how he excavates many places of Krishna's pastime, how he writes many scriptures, Hari Bhakti Vilas, and so many other books, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, and so many books written by him. How he guides not only Rupa Goswami and the other Goswamis, but also he was so loving, like a father, for all the Brajavasis in Vrindavan. When he used to go for Madhukari every single day, he used to do Govardhan Parikrama. For almost all 43 years he lived in Vrindavan. He came to Vrindavan at the age of maybe 27 something. And for almost 43 years he lived in Vrindavan. And he used to go daily for Govardhan Parikrama and do some Madhukari. And whatever he used to get, he used to eat that. And every day he used to pay 1008 obeisances to all the Vaishnavas, every single day. So finally one day, the Lord came in the form of a small boy and said, Baba, you're so old now. Why do you have to do this Govardhan Parikrama every day? He said, no, this is my vow. Then Lord appears and gives him a small Govardhan Shila. So the Lord places his feet on the Shila and plays the flute. As soon as the Lord plays the flute, the stone starts melting and the Lord's footprints become, come up on the Shila. Then the Lord handed over the Shila to Sanatana and said, you don't have to do Govardhan Parikrama, Baba. You just do 4 times Parikrama of this Shila and that's equal to doing Govardhan Parikrama. So even till today, that Shila is there in Vrindavan, in the Radha Damodar temple, we can see that. So that way, and finally, Sanatana Goswami handed over the worship of Madan Mohan to his disciple Krishna Das, and then he was living for some time in Manasi Ganga. Even till today, you can go and see that place. There is a temple of Lord Shiva called Chakleshwar Mahadev, and Sanatana Goswami used to go there and chant his rounds and stay there. But after some time, Sanatana Goswami decided, I don't want to stay here because a lot of mosquitoes are there. Lord Shiva, he didn't want Sanatana Goswami should leave that place. So he came to him and said, I will take care of mosquitoes, don't leave, please stay here. And from next day there was no more mosquitoes. So even till today you go to Chakleshwar Mahadev, there is no mosquitoes. Lord Shiva took care of that. So like that. And Sanatana Goswami, when he used to go for Madhukari, he used to interact with the people in such a sweet way. Oh, how's your daughter? Oh, did she get married, right? So how many children they have? Are you okay? How's the harvest this season? And they all used to become so happy. Sanatana Goswami was like a father to them. They used to discuss all their problems. And Sanatana Goswami used to guide them in a nice way. Like that he had a loving relationship with all the Vrajavasis. So one time Sanatana Goswami decided that maybe I should stop eating, stop drinking, just fast and keep chanting. So he went near Pavan Sarovar and he started fasting for days together. And at that time Krishna came there. Just like he went to Madhavendra Puri, he also went to Sanatana Goswami with a cup of milk and said, Baba, take some milk. You haven't eaten for long now. How did you come to know that I haven't eaten? He said, no, I am a Brajavasi boy. I take my cows from here. And I'm observing that you're not going for Madhukari and you're not eating anything. So I thought I'll get you a cup of milk. So when Sanatana Goswami drank that milk, it was so nectarian. He understood this is definitely Krishna. Then he felt very guilty. I'm supposed to serve the Lord, and because of my fasting, the Lord is serving me. I stop fasting. No more fasting. I will again start going and doing Madhukari and I will eat. So then he again continued. Even the deities of Sanatana Goswami, the Madan Mohan deities, they are so special. How Sanatana Goswami got them. Actually, these deities were worshipped by Advaita Acharya and then handed over to Purushottam Chobe, one of the disciples of Advaita Acharya. And Purushottam Chobe and his wife used to take care of Madan Gopal just like their own son, so beautifully. So one day when Sanatana Goswami was doing Madhukari, he saw that few boys are playing very nicely, but one boy is very naughty. After playing and all, when he was out of the game, he was just running away. And the other boys told that when you win the game, you continue. But when you lose, you just run away. If this is the way you behave, tomorrow we will not allow you to come and play with us. So this boy is just and he's just running away. But he's so attractive. So Sanatana Goswami followed the boy. Who is this boy? When he followed the boy, he saw that the boy walked inside Purushottam Chobe's altar and right inside the deity and gone. Fush. And he understood, oh, that's Madan Gopal who is coming out and playing with these children every day. So he became very happy. So next day, when he went to Madhukari, he was tempted to go to Purushottam Chobe's house because he wants to again have a glimpse of that naughty boy. So when he stood there doing Madhukari, he knocked the door, Purushottam Chobe's house. The lady of the house opened the door. And instead of giving him bhiksha, some rice or dal, she took the deity of Madan Mohan, Madan Gopal, and put it in Sanatana's hand. And Sanatana said, what is this? Then the lady says, well, he says he wants to be worshipped by you. He says he wants to be served by you. Go and take him. I don't care. He's so hard-hearted. I loved him so much. I took care of him so much. And today he says he wants to be served by you. Not only is he black, his heart is also black. Here, he's a stone. I don't want to talk to him. You serve him. Sanatana is like, Maya, if you hand it over to me, how will I take care? I don't have anything, no possessions. I don't even have food to eat. I go from place to place. How will I take care of him? Well, I don't know. He says he wants to be served by you. Then Sanatana, he just takes Madan Gopal. Now, what am I supposed to do with Madan Gopal? So, under a tree where he is doing his bhajan, on the branch of the tree, he puts Madan Gopal there. And whatever he gets from Madhukari, he offers it to Madan Gopal. So his Madhukari was very simple, just some wheat flour and, mix it with water, bake it on the coal, and offer it to Madan Gopal. And Madan Gopal says, Baba, this is so bland. There is not even a little salt in this. Can you just give me a little salt? And Sanatana Goswami tells him, today you ask for salt, tomorrow you will ask for ghee. This is all I have. I have work to do. I need to translate books. I have a lot of service. I can't. Take it or leave it. I can't offer you anything more than this. Or you want the Supreme Personality of Godhead, arrange your own salt. Then Krishna arranges his own salt. Next day, one merchant comes. His ship got stuck into the sand dunes in Yamuna, and somebody told him that if you want your ship to be relieved, there is one Baba on the top of the hill. Go and ask him. So this merchant, Krishna Das Kapoor, he says, Baba, my ship is stuck in the sand dune. Can you help me? Oh, what way I can help? You can ask Madan Gopal to help you. So he asked Madan Gopal, request and praise. Lo and behold, that day evening it starts raining so heavily that the sand dunes, they melt and the ship is relieved. Now this Krishna Das Kapoor becomes very grateful. So he comes and tells Sanatana Goswami that I want to give you something because you see my ship has been, and I've been able to sell my merchandise for a good rate. So Sanatana says, well, I don't want anything. Do you have some salt? Then you give the salt to this fellow. That's what he wants. Then he said, yeah, I have salt. Because in those days, to balance the ship, sometimes they have to keep those big rocks of salt to balance the ship. So he said, I have salt, but that's not all what I want to give. I want to give something more. I've made a lot of profit by selling this merchandise. I can do something. Then he says, okay, then make temple for him because he's on the branch of the tree and there is no shelter. So finally, Krishna Das Kapoor makes a beautiful temple. And even today we go to Vrindavan, it's a most beautiful temple, big tower of the temple. And then finally Madan Mohan gets his new temple. When he gets his new temple, then this all problems start happening also. The Muslims, later on, the Muslims started attacking. They were breaking the temples, they were crashing the deities. So the three important deities of Vrindavan, that is the Madan Mohan deities, Radha Gopinath deities, Damodar deities, Govinda Dev deities, they were all shifted in bullock carts in a very secret way overnight to Jaipur. Because Jaipur king was a Hindu king, so he would protect the deities. So that's how they all shifted to Jaipur. And once after going to Jaipur also, today you can go and see all the original deities in Jaipur except one, which is not in Jaipur, that is the Madan Mohan deities. They are in Karoli. Because what happened is that, I'll just end it in another 2 minutes, the king of Jaipur's daughter got very attached to Madan Mohan because from childhood she's been worshipping the deities. So she told, my dear father, since you're getting me married to the prince of Karoli, the only gift that I want is, give me the Madan Mohan deities. That's the only dowry I want. I'll take the deities and go to Karoli. The king said, I can't part with the deities, they're my life and soul. And I have to ask my Guru Maharaj, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, I can't just give you like that. So then when Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was sent a letter, he said, not like that, do one thing, since she wants a deity, keep all the deities, Radha Govind, Madan Mohan, all the deities, and blindfold her in a dark room. Whichever deity she touches first, that deity she can take with her as a dowry. Now she started crying because she wanted only Madan Mohan. So Madan Mohan told her, don't worry, I will make an arrangement. You agree whatever your father says. So that day, they blindfold the princess. All the deities are there. And now she is walking, remembering Madan Mohan, but I want Madan Mohan, I want Madan Mohan. So when all the three deities were in the straight line, the deity Madan Mohan, he purposely comes in the front and his hand touches the hand of the princess. The princess, yeah, this is the detail I want. Okay, that's an arrangement between her and Madan Mohan. And then when their eyes are open, oh, that's Madan Mohan. So then she takes Madan Mohan with her to Karuli, and that's how the deities go to Karuli. So anyway, there are so many such pastimes. Finally today, on this very special day, Sanatana Goswami left his body. And the day he left his body, all the Vrajavasis, they were crying and crying. They felt as if they lost their family member who used to ask for their welfare all the time. So they cried, and Sanatana Goswami is also a guru for them, because he used to guide them in spiritual and material life. So on this auspicious day of Guru Purnima, this is also the appearance of Vyasadeva, Sanatana Goswami left his body at the age of 70. So till today, you can see his samadhi in the Madan Mohan temple in Vrindavan. So in Krishna Lila, he is the Lavanga Manjari, or Gauradesh Deepika calls that he is also named as Rati Manjari. Like that, he left his body. So Sanatana Goswami and his deities Madan Mohan are very special for the devotees because they are Sambandha deities. For anybody who is new in Krishna consciousness, Sanatana Goswami is a guiding force. For anybody who is new in Krishna consciousness, Madan Mohan deities are the guiding, are the connecting deities. So they are very, very special. So today is a very special day. We pray from the core of our hearts to Sanatana Goswami to bless us. We are all also neophytes in Krishna consciousness, and we need lots of his guidance and blessings, and at least we can, get a 0.1 quality of humility from him and service attitude and surrender to Krishna. So on this auspicious day of his disappearance, we seek his blessings. With this, I end it here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Since today is also Guru Purnima, I was planning that maybe for the evening class, we can have pastimes of Srila Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada is a Param Guru, so maybe we can have some pastime classes of Prabhupada in the evening. So I think my class in the evening is at 7 o'clock. So if anybody, whoever can make it, see you all at 7 in the evening. Thank you so much.